Hey folks, I don't know what to tell you. Look, here's the thing. We're going to take the next hour or so and just have some fun. We're going to talk about our comfort watches, comfort gaming, comfort gear, comfort foods. Let's run the gamut. Let's have fun with this and just try to let us be the palate cleanser for the day. Cool?
Yep.
All right, Java, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go, folks. Hey, folks, what's up? This is another, actually, this might be on a very special episode of TBA News, presented by The Hungry Bleak. I am Antonio Pomares, aka The Hungry Bleak, and as always, with me is one of the best ever. Give it to him.
Java John!
Yes. So, first off, how are you doing, Java?
You know what? I like to give my greeting in a silent monologue with only facial expressions.
I don't know how I'm going to top that. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I have no idea how I'm going to top that. Okay, so look, the last couple of weeks have been kind of rough in geek culture.
Yes.
Between Neil Gaiman, finding out that maybe one of your favorite celebrities is performing at the inauguration, and then the actual inauguration, which is on Martin Luther King's birthday, the holiday. Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot to unpack. We ain't doing that. No. What we're going to do is we're going to be your palate cleanser for the last day, or actually a couple weeks, because it's probably going to be a hell of a week coming up. So This is about self-care. This is us talking about our favorite comforts, animes, favorite comfort gaming, what's the best snack, whatever. I don't know, but look, I am in my baggiest pair of joggers, one of my favorite hoodies, Excellence is Real. I've got one of my favorite mugs, Excellence is Real. I've got some banging tea in here from Brooklyn Tea. Brooklyn, I'm ready.
Good.
Are you ready, Java?
I'm ready. As SpongeBob would say. I'm ready. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. Are you dressed for the comfort show? Are you ready?
Yes. I have my beanie on. Where I'm wearing my bonnet underneath because it's one of them days. I got my pillow.
Same. Yeah.
Yep. I see. That's a classy bonnet.
Same. Yeah.
Get it from Amazon. That's a classy bonnet. I got on my PJs. I got my Attack on Titan shirt that you can't really see, but it's there. It's comfy. Yeah. I'm ready to go.
And you also have a comfort pillow? Is that your support pillow?
It technically is. I'm you get those decorative pillows.
Yes.
That you would see. This one is technically a decorative pillow, but it's not really a decorative pillow because I sleep with it, and it was technically a gift. So I know it's gonna black out on the screen, but it is a ramen style pillow.
Oh.
So I got it as technically a bridesmaid gift from one of my friends that I was a bridesmaid for when they were getting married.
Oh, cool.
And on top of that, the inside is a noodle blanket. So the stuffing for it is noodles, which is my entire personality because I love me some noodles.
So is it like a happy napper but for an adult?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sure. Okay.
And it's soft.
Okay. Well,
it's travel size.
Let's get. Aren't we all? I have no idea what that meant. I don't even know what that meant. We're both short. Maybe that's what that meant. I don't know. It just sounded funny when it came into my head. I have no idea. So, what would you consider a comfort watch or game or play?
As I'm not saying this because we talk about it a lot, but a comfort play is Destiny. Because it's a pick up, put down type of game. And the reason why I say it is a pick up put down type of game, especially if you've already gone through the story.
Okay. Okay.
So like if you okay, so I'm gonna set you up here. So even because I just did this today too. I did today too. I'm like, okay, I don't feel like completing the story because I need like, some of my fire team members coming in to help me out, just like, to ease my time. So I figured like let me just do a couple bounties, like, see trying to just get it done.
Okay.
Picked up some, played it, got a couple bounties, defeated like, some extra secret bosses, just put it down. I'm not missing anything in story because everything from like now is like kind of like backlog.
Oh yeah, okay.
So just pick it up, put it down, call it a day, unless Destiny boots me out like it normally does because stupid servers, but we won't go there. But yeah, I should pick up a put down type of game.
Okay. I mean, for me, well, first of all, I'll say like what a comfort game or anime or what could be. It's something that you may watch over and over again that's just comforting to you. You like the story, you can fall asleep to it. You can have it in the background as like just background noise. It could be something that like you might have an hour in between, let's say meetings, or an hour till you got to leave for an appointment or something like that, or your laundry's going, and you can just watch it, be cool. You can play it, be cool, and then you can go on with whatever that you're doing. It just makes you feel good. It's something that's comforting to you. It could be because of anything, maybe the story, the characters, whatever it is. You know what a comfort game is for me is GTA 5. I've played through it twice.
Online or just playing the story?
Just the story, or just
Okay.
roaming, just roaming.
Yeah, just roaming. Okay.
Yeah, just free roaming. What I like to do, because obviously I'm choosing violence that day. I mean, I mean, if you're playing GTA anyway, you're obviously choosing violence. Obviously, what I'll do is I'll make sure I have all the ammo possible, all my guns are souped up, and I'll just cause havoc in the city. I will just start popping people's tires. What I like to do is I like to get into like a high spot that's difficult for the cops to get to me, and I'll just start randomly just taking out what have you, because I want to see how long I can evade the cops in the game. It's my own thing. Or sometimes I'll just like do racing, or I'll just go run around the city randomly. I've done the online. I don't really like it. It's not for me, I'll say. It's not for me, but I enjoy that. Destiny is hard for me to put down sometimes, though. That's the thing. Especially when you know that I'm looking for that catalyst, because I'm a catalyst man.
Getting all them things, he's a catalyst man. Just showing off the blink. Sorry.
Because I like to do, I want to do a catalyst each week, and I'm working on one now. I just forgot what weapon it is, but I like to do that. Like that helps me out. Destiny definitely, yeah, Destiny is one of those. Come for watch anime, Soul Eater. One of the funniest. It had me crying, laughing. The exam episode.
Oh,
it's
okay.
so random, and the only person who's actually trying is Soul. Kid is having a hard time because he's trying to get everything to be obviously because he has extreme OCD. I think somebody, I forgot, it was one of his weapons. I think she drew a giraffe or something like that, and she was like all done. And he said, "What? That doesn't even make any sense." On the test, I was crying laughing. Matter of fact, I'm rewatching it now because it's so funny, and I haven't seen it in years. I think there's a second, like a sequel series. I've never watched it though, because I think it only has like one character.
Yeah, it's like a side, kind of like a side spin-off, where it's not a direct sequel to it, but I think it does have like aspects of the original. So I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I think it only has like one or two characters from the original series. I think it might be Maka's father.
Okay, that makes sense.
I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name because he became Death's Scythe, but before that he was Dr. Frankenstein's Scythe, I think. I want to say, yeah. It's just that series. It's mostly Kid. Kid is just so random. It's so he left him once because he remembered he's like, wait, in his house, he's like, wait, is that picture like hanging perfectly? He's in the middle of a mission and he leaves him and he goes, I'll be right back. And he leaves to go check on that picture. It was just so funny to me. I was like, I can't, this is beautifully done. So that, yeah, that one makes me feel good just because it's a lot of anime doesn't make me laugh like that. Because I'm mostly like the action and everything. I mean, Castlevania actually does. Castlevania can be very dry wit funny, and I like that. But
True.
Soul Eater, tears. That exam episode alone gives me tears. No, that and oh my god, Durara. I can't remember the one. It's
Oh, Duran.
I think that might
That's
be
one
it.
with the chick with the cat helmet.
Yes. Yeah. When he socked my man and punched him out of his clothes, let me tell you something. As a 47-year-old man, I giggled my ass off. He flew through the air, and as he's flipping through the air, his shirt comes off, his pants come off. He only has his sock, his underwear, and his hat on, I think, when he hits the ground. My ribs hurt for like 10 minutes. I was in tears. What's the anime for you that you got?
I have
comforts you.
I have two. No, I lied. No, two at the moment. I would say because there would be a third one, but when I say what it is, you know the backstory for it. So the two I'm going to mention is Yu Yu Hakusho and the OG Rurouni Kenshin, since it got remade again. So I'm going to say the OG Rurouni Kenshin. Like, it's something about like the 90s anime aesthetic is like, yeah, I could get behind that.
Yeah, there was something, and there was so many episodes, and some of them weren't crucial, like they were filler, where you could actually just vibe out on it. And it was, and also those openings. Yeah, those old. You make me want to like see if I can find some old 90s stuff now.
Because it's like with Yu Yu Hakusho, like you already have like Yusuke already being like, you know, the a-hole that we know and love, and then on top of that with the extra characters, it just already brings that comedy from like the relationship that he has with everybody. With Rurouni Kenshin, yeah, there's some comedy, but it's just like more serious. I think it's like the music for it, for me, for Rurouni Kenshin, because it's more comforting. It's more like, you know, instrumental than anything else, besides like the couple openings that they had, the openings and the endings that they have. It's like, but it's just like the music overall is just comforting.
I like that. Yeah, the music can play a definite, I mean, obviously has a huge part in anime. I would say, do you think that music hits more, and I'm talking about like not openings, but the music during episodes, like in them, do you think it hits more from the 90s, early 2000s stuff, or like from now?
I would say more 90s, until I saw this one anime that made me bawl like a baby, and it was Your Lie in April, because that was like mostly based on like nothing like but music.
Oh, okay.
And like there's like this one episode, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't watched it, or if anybody else who's watching this has watched it, but like it's a crucial part between like the main two characters, and this boy's playing the piano like with his heart like on the keys, and I'm like, my chest hurt. I'm like, why are my eyeballs getting all watery? I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, this is so freaking touching. I'm like, why?
Who's chopping onion?
Why does my chest hurt?
Oh my god, priceless.
And this is, and with Your Lie in April, it's a short anime. It's being about like 12 episodes too. So it's like a one and done type of thing.
Oh wait, that's the one that's Netflix, correct?
It can either be on Netflix or Crunchyroll. At the one time, it was like on Funimation as well, but now like, you know, they merged and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a Netflix original. I thought it was one of those, but maybe it was just on Netflix at the time, and that's why I thought, because it may have been in between a couple other Netflix original animes. Okay, yes.
Yeah, it's definitely not Netflix original. I know that for sure.
And what's the third one?
Okay, my third one would be G Gundam.
Now, are we talking a mobile suit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm only saying that because they still don't have it in sub. I mean, not sub. They don't have it in dub, and I'm like, I want to rewatch it, but I'm like, I'm like, so we already talked about this, and it's like,
It's so
I would
weird.
rewatch that like at least like 6 times over, at least 6 times over,
It's so weird to not have that dubbed.
and I'm like, like no.
This hand of mine is burning red. Domon Kashu. And I love when he breaks the fourth wall. Hey, you. I was like,
Have you seen this man?
and he holds up to a Polaroid, and I'm just like, nah. First off,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
what
you have
this
to
is.
have better technology than Polaroids if you have Gundams. That's first off. But anyway, I'm just saying.
Budget cuts, government funding.
For real. But that's one that's so cool because because it's split from the other Gundam series.
Mm-hmm.
It's more the tournament, and they like they're not piloting suit. They're actually like the movements are mocking them. It's almost like a Pacific Rim
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing, or like Tommy in. I'm trying to think of which Power Ranger series it was. Where like his movements were like what would happen in his Zord. I can't remember which series it was. Truthfully, I can't.
Oh God, I stopped after space.
I think it was maybe after the Ninja series. I want to say because he was still the White Ranger, but I can't remember which series it was.
Well, if we're talking about Power Rangers, they were ninja. Well, technically, it was still technically Mighty Morphin,
Mm-hmm.
even though they were ninjas, because there is a Power Rangers like Ninja Force, but like that's way after. Yeah. So like it was still Mighty Morphin. Then it would switch to Turbo. Then it would have been
Because the Ninjas were after Turbo, I think, or were they before? No.
No, Ninjas were before Turbo.
Because the little boy ended up going into Turbo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's so many damn series. Yeah, but there was one where he like did the moves. But that series is always special to me. It's always, I think I've watched it twice when it was on like a Toonami.
Mm.
And I was so invested because one of my comforts is Gundam Wing. Because that one is so rough. Where he tells her, "I'm going to kill you." I'm like, wait, y'all know y'all probably got homework, right? Like y'all got homeroom and stuff. Y'all young. No. And he said that straight off the bat. I was like, okay. And it was so crazy because that was my introduction to the Gundams. And I think after that they showed was it Endless Waltz? Was the name? Or something Waltz. And I was like, okay, then they had on and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, where's the other? And I was like, oh, this is completely different. And I loved it because I loved having the different nations having their fighters and the fighters and like the mobile suits being modeled after the cultures of that country and everything. I thought that was one of the coolest things about it. And I love the idea of that, of whoever wins. The only thing that messed me up was everybody had like a cool finisher. His was just his fingers like just got hot. And I was, that's a very, but it would, because the only way to get rid of a Gundam was what, the head or the cockpit, right?
Yeah, because technically with the head you can't see nothing.
Exactly. So he
with
would
the cockpit, you end up killing the pilot.
So he would just grab the head and squeeze it, and it would explode. And I was like, and I'm thinking of like, it's gonna be something cool with a sword or like, just some type of. And he's like, I'm just gonna squeeze your head real hard with these hot fingers.
I think it was like, unless like it was like the three things. So like it was the head, the cockpit, or if the whole Gundam was not able to function.
Yeah.
I think there are some parts where like I think they made like a couple Gundams like we're losing like limbs. Yeah. It's like, no, I can't date. What am I supposed to do? Like do a shoulder? I can do something.
Because he ended up getting a new Gundam because I think one of the arms on his Gundam got. I think it was the right arm. It was the one that he would do the shining finger. I think that one arm ended up getting just messed up, and he had to end up getting a new Gundam, and then it became. No, wait, or was it Burning? Burning was first, then Shining?
No, Shining. Shining was
Burning Erupting Finger?
No,
so Shining was first?
Finger. Yeah, Shining was first.
And then Burning was second.
Yeah.
That sounds like a A diagnosis you do not want. First, I was shining, then it started burning. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Doctor's like, I don't know
it
what to tell
started
you.
to itch.
You need to get out of my office now. But first, make your co-payment at the desk. That
Right?
yeah. Oh, that one is that one definitely hits. Even the music too. I love it, and I love the commercial breaks, like the ad breaks.
Oh,
Those were always cool to me. Oh my god, yes. See, now I want to go back and watch. I have the DVDs, but I don't know if they'll play on my PS5 because it doesn't play any discs anymore. I think because I've been doing digital for so long, it's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
well, wait, you got a PS5? Congratulations.
I mean four. I mean four. Excuse me, four.
Oh, about something like congratulations, my friend.
Speaking that into
Stepping up
existence.
in the world.
Speaking that into existence by accident. Speaking that into existence by accident. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It does not play discs anymore. So
Oh, it doesn't own.
no, because I think because I started doing digital during the pandemic.
Well, I know my PlayStation runs this because Destiny is still been sitting in the PlayStation this entire time, and I have it on disc. Yeah.
You haven't downloaded the digital?
No, because at the time it was like I was have to repay for it.
No, it's free.
Oh, it's free now?
Yeah, it's been free for a couple years.
Oh shit.
You can just download that and it'll just take, everything that you've got and just put it on that. Yeah.
I guess I'll be doing that tonight.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, I guess I will pop that out and then I'll just be playing it digitally.
I mean, I didn't realize you were still doing disc. I didn't.
It's still in it would like say it's sitting in there.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't played
I kind of feel sad now.
Like I'm lucky that the games that I had that I wanted to play, I would find them on sale for like $3 or what have you. And I just like buy them and just like my dad will just go right on that. It's fine. That's fine. Have big comfort watch for me. Castlevania, the original series. Watch it about 10 times. Easy. I just that and when Voltron was on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I miss Voltron. Voltron was a good one too.
So, oh my god, there was so much to that. I was in love, and when a new season would pop up, I would rewatch the previous season.
Yep.
To get ready for that one. Same thing I did for Castlevania Nocturne. And I
just don't need to finish watching. Don't come for me.
Have you watched the first season or no?
No.
Watch the first season. Watch it's so well. I mean, you've seen the original series, right?
Yeah.
Watch the second series. It's a bit different. Well, obviously different characters, but it does hit, and the fact that it's in modern times, it still has kind of the same humor too. Beautiful art. The fight scenes at a certain point, like I didn't like Richter at first. Then at a certain point, I said, "Oh, okay." He has a very like emotional moment, and it made me see him differently, and it made his character different in the series. And I was like, this, and it unleashed something in him, and he just started going off. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. And it's and the very last episode, the last episode of the first season, the last 5 minutes or so, were just so like, yeah, okay. So I'm so ready for this. Ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off topic. That's right. I'm breaking the fourth wall. Breaking the fourth wall, people. Okay. So another comfort watch is Law and Order.
I know you about to say that.
It's my comfort. Like I said, with 26 seasons, like 42 minutes long, it's like, come on.
Dude, yes. Give me Finn all day. So you mean to tell me that's crazy? I don't even know how to Captain. I don't even know what that. My man does not. I've never seen him. He just Finn is like, who was your favorite character out of the whole series?
Definitely Benson.
Okay. I love Finn because Finn has had no real character progression in like The whole time he's been there. Like
But
he's been promoted and he's married now.
he
But
has that
still,
progression. It's just more internal.
I,
I would say it's like internally with his story, not as far like when it comes to like his job. He's still straight by the books.
I mean, he's had promotions and everything. I mean, they were reluctant. I what? No, wait, what? Wait, no. Was he trying to be? No, he wasn't trying to get a promotion, but then he ended up getting it because
Mm-hmm.
he, But it's very little. I wish they would bring his son back
Oh, Ken,
because
yeah.
I feel like that's where his progression was slowly but surely, and a
Mm-hmm.
couple of
Mm-hmm.
cases that he had to deal with where his son helped him because they dealt with gay characters, and Finn didn't know what to do with gay characters. He was like, I gotta talk to my son, Ken. I know, I'm sorry, and and it's just that there was one episode where it was the athletes, the football athletes, and they were down low, um, and my man was like, "Well, I'm not gay. I have a relationship with women, but I have sex with men." And Finn just goes, "I hate to tell you, that means you're
But
gay." And I was looking at it, I was like, I
I
think
know
you
which
should
one
just
you're
try and
talking
just
about.
solve the case. I think you should just try to solve the case, Finn. I feel like you're not the right one for this particular case. I feel like you should recuse yourself from this case. Don't think you're right for this.
But I do like how at least like with Finn's character, it does relate more to us, and like he gives like that understand like this is what's going on. Y'all don't understand it because y'all don't go through it.
Mm. But his questions because he was in narcotics before that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he still acts like every SVU case is his first case. That's what bothers me. After all these years, he still feels like, you mean to tell me? And John Mulaney had a great joke about this. He goes, I love watching LR in this view. Finn still acts like every case is first. He's like, so you mean to tell me he likes to dress them up as dolls with pigtails? And they're like, yeah, you've been doing this job for like over 10 years. You still don't understand this unit.
He just wants to like turn everything off. He's like, once you like leave those doors, he's like, no, that's not me. Okay, I'm done. I'm
He's
done.
just
Okay.
so with every case. I don't know why. It's funny because every case he does like it's his first SVU case.
No, he just turns the brain off, which I could appreciate.
I guess, yeah. All right, big question. So we have Law and Order SVU, we have Law and Order SVU Organized Crime, which I hope is coming back.
They should be coming back because Law and Order just dropped their new episode out, so hopefully they better come back.
That's what I'm saying, because I really enjoy Chris Filoni being back, and I love that unit too. That unit is very cool. Let me ask you a question. So last season we had some tension.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that tension. Do you think they should get together? I'll drink my tea and wait.
There's too much at stake. Like they're like, yeah, of course, like the end goal is yes, I want them, but there's too much at stake. Cause Stabler got too many issues within his family in general.
He got a lot going on with the family.
And then with Benson, like she's trying to raise Noah, and like as a single parent, and even just like try and go through that, especially like as now that she's like the captain and in charge, stuff like that. Even though she's already been a part of the family, but not to that where it's like, oh, okay, so your brother is doing this, your other brother's doing that, then your kid's about to have another kid, and then my son is technically bisexual. I'm like, that's just a lot to get into, and then they're still trying to get that's a lot. There needs to be baby steps.
Yeah, I just don't like it because I don't like when they automatically put every single like will they won't they characters together. I like the fact that they're friends. I want to show like healthy platonic relationships,
right?
In those too, and they've been through so much and had each other's backs through thick and thin. They even broke up one time as partners because, well, I think the real story was that she was pregnant. In like real life.
Yeah.
In like real life. But it was the show, it was the episode with the guy's name was Gaetano. He was played by Lou Diamond Phillips.
Okay.
and he saved her instead of running after the kids. And he was like, I can't do this anymore because I was too busy, worried about you instead of getting them, what have you. I think they've been through so much that I
Mm-hmm.
think they're perfect support systems for each other. If they end up having a relationship and it ends, which it will, let's be honest, I think that it would ruin their whole dynamic.
I guess, but even so, even besides like case wise, they still dealt with each other personally wise, and even Kathy, she knew like if it wasn't like legit, yeah, I would have been like, I think she would have approved anyway.
Mm. I don't know. I'm not
She
even
knew that there
adding
was
Kathy
tension
in.
there. She
Yeah,
knew there was tension there though.
well, I think that's also just because they've known each other for how many all this time, and just being together, just being on these cases, late nights, everything, being in the firefights together, and like all this stuff. They have that there. I think that's natural to just have that, but I don't want to see them together. I don't like in a romantic sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it would ruin their whole dynamic and their support system of each other. And I think
That's
that it would
fair.
be just a thing. I really like it. Do you watch Law and Order regular? I don't know how to say it any other way. I gotta
It's
say,
just Law and Order.
like, yeah, just Law and
No,
No,
no.
I've watched a couple episodes and it doesn't hit as much as SVU or Organized Crime. I did watch the one they had for a while. What was it? Law and Order. I forgot. It was one that focused on the lawyers. Law and Order Trial by, so I don't know what it was. It
Trial
was
by
something
fire.
else. That I don't know. That yeah. Let's talk it. Let's call it that. That one used to be, that one was okay, but it only lasted for one season, and Cabot was the lead of that one.
Oh, okay.
She had come out of witness
Witness protection.
witness protection, and was there, which I was like, that's an odd choice to come out of witness protection just to do this one season. But I mean, they want it to be another season, obviously, because
Mm-hmm.
Dick Wolf wants this. I mean, the whole Wolf verse is huge.
Yeah.
Where it's in Chicago now. He's got, I mean, so many shows going on. It's crazy. Yeah, those episodes, Tuesdays on USA. When I was off, I'd watch, because they started, I think, at like 9 o'clock, and I think they
Mm-hmm.
stopped at like 5. That's 8 hour shift. I
Yeah.
got this. I got out, and I would order 2 pizzas every
Damn.
week, and I would watch it. I wouldn't eat the whole pizza. I mean, I actually would, but that's not the point. It's the fact that we don't need to talk about that. But I would just watch them all, and it would be, again, filler. That's how I started watching the very first episodes, like from the pilot number 1. I just, because they would just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I watched the first season, and just like, and I was like, everybody from Oz is on this show. Crazy. Like, you're a convict in this show, then the next show you're cast as a police officer. I always thought that was interesting.
Now, I'm gonna say one more.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, I know it's not gaming or anime related, but it's more closer to home for me. I have a comfort guilty pleasure of watching reality TV.
Any show in particular?
Okay.
I don't like how
Don't
you're
judge
pushing us
me.
for, okay.
Don't, because I feel like I'm gonna be judged.
We listen, but we
Like-
don't judge. I do, but they don't.
I know you do.
Oh, yes.
So I'm a Jersey Shore fan,
Okay.
and I'm a Real Housewives fan, but more for the following 3: for Potomac, Atlanta, and then New Jersey.
Okay.
So obviously for Potomac and Atlanta, because it's mostly black. For New Jersey is because I like to see how they glorify stuff when it's really just up the street. I'm like, y'all not going anywhere special, which is why I also like Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore is like more relatable because like they understand, like, they're still like, they're like celebrities, but like they still try to keep it home. Whereas like, okay, why are we going here? You've been to AC, it's Atlantic City. It's nothing special. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like where Teresa Judas got married at, I know exactly where that's at. That's down the street, 2 towns over. And that's special.
Oh, you pop it up. Well, I used to like reality TV or non-scripted TV. I used to really enjoy. I used to watch Real Housewives, Atlanta, New Jersey, New York. I never could get down with because they were just
Mhm.
annoying as all hell. I was a huge fan. I mean, for real. I mean, they're all annoying, but that one in particular was just annoying. Um, Jersey Shore, yeah, I was with them for the first few seasons. Because I had been to the place that they had been to. I was like, like
Right,
the way y'all lighting it makes it look crazy. You get here in real life, it's not that.
right.
It is not that. Because I've been to
Exactly.
like the bars down in like Seaside and everything, and I'm like, no, that's not no. Y'all ain't showing the realness of it where there's a fight for no reason every damn night. It's the only place I know where this dude was trying to fight me. Actually, it happened a couple of times where somebody was trying to fight me, and the cop was on my side because he was like, "I know you didn't try it because you're just trying to have the." It's the first time that a cop was like, "I know the black dude didn't start it. I know the white dude started." It was the first time in my life I was like, because he knew that area, and they get their liquor muscles, everything else. I'm like,
Right.
this is not the place. I totally understand. I used to love watching Bad Girls Club.
Really?
Shocker,
You were
right?
a bad girls?
Yeah,
You were a baddie?
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
like
still
the
are a
four.
baddie, but I'm saying like you was a baddie.
I think it was like I'm trying to remember how many seasons I watched. Maybe like 3 or 4. I didn't watch it from the beginning. I watched it maybe season 2 to like 5, I think, something like that. It was just interesting to me. And at a certain point with all these shows, I just started going, there's way too many of you. I have to stop this. So the only one only one I watched that was a competition that I really enjoyed. It was a show called Top Shot. It was
Okay.
on the military channel, which I don't think they have anymore. No, it was on Discovery. Maybe I can't remember. What it was is they would get like these shooters from all over the place. Like trick shot shooters,
Mhm.
Olympic shooters, gun enthusiasts, anything like that. And they would all live in a house, obviously. They would have two teams and they would compete in these
Mm.
challenges, like, oh, and it would be different weapons. Like it might be a weapon, like they had like archery stuff. They had like the old school like archery thing where it was like a long stick and an arrow.
Oh, okay.
It had that, and you would have time to train with it, like maybe a couple of hours one team, then the next team would come up for another couple of hours. They would do
Hmm.
that I think was the only competition um reality show that I liked, because I was like, how are you going to fake this, like this
True.
is actually. And they always showed them like being extremely safe. Like they would unload, like they would take the mag out, pop it, put it down on the counter, walk back.
Hmm.
They'd always have like the headphones, everything, glass. I always liked how safe they were as well, and showing that safety with it. And the fact that it
Mm.
was just interesting that it was actually skill. It wasn't just like, it wasn't like I don't know, like there was some manipulation. Like you could send certain people to like at the end of the episode, they would have like a thing where it would be the um two of the lowest scores or what have you, or two of the people you would vote on your team of who you wanted to go to the final round
Hmm.
that episode. And in that final round episode, it would be two shooters. Whoever lost would go home. That part you
Okay.
could manipulate because you say, "Oh, I think we should vote this person because they're the weakest one, what have you." But everything else was just skill. So that's why I really liked that show. It was only lasted 2 seasons, but yeah, that I was yeah, Real Housewives. I at a certain point I started hating because I was like, y'all act like there's only Italian people in New Jersey.
Yeah. That's
Y'all,
that's one that's one thing that happened because especially when I was in college and like Jersey Shore like just like started.
mm-hmm,
And technically, since I was from New Jersey and I was like going to school in New York, and that's when South Park did like that spoof episode. They looked at me and they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, I don't know. We're not all the same.
no,
Okay, there's a
yeah.
certain section,
Uh,
right?
It used to, because I live near the shore. Like I'm like
Right.
maybe 20 minutes from the shore. So when I say, oh, from there, and they're like, oh, Jersey Shore. Oh, I was like, yeah, I've been to those bars and everything. Oh, and they're like, oh, did you do it? I'm like, first off, I'm not running around talking about DTF. I'm not talking about, Like that's their thing. We did have things where we would say like before we go to the cap. Like there were times where, and I would tell my friends, don't put your shirts on yet. They're like, why not? I'm like, yo, you want it to be fresh. You want to be nice and clean and fresh when you walk in. Like,
Yep.
don't put on, have stuff like that. But I was like, it's not like that. And there's more than just Italians in New Jersey, despite there being a pizza place, a pizzeria on every damn corner.
Yeah.
There are places in Jersey. But it used to annoy me because I'm like, it started to annoy me. I was like, why don't they ever? And I was like, well, I know why they don't. Because they want to keep that image. But then I was watching Atlanta and I was like, oh, this is cool. And it was the messiest show I'd ever seen in my damn life.
Like I said, it's something about like certain housewives that I like. Like I said, I've never been to Atlanta, at least not yet. Potomac is technically DC, so I've been in DC before. Definitely want to go back for certain monuments and stuff like that. But it's just good to see, like, what's out there, like outside that, like we don't get to see that's not possibly like being like glorified and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but like just like the trashy reality TV shows, it's unfortunately it's my thing. But one I used to like because you had mentioned this competition one. This is way back. And if I could still watch it, I would. Was Ninja Warrior, but I'm talking about like OG Ninja Warrior, where like the announcers were like from like Japan, and they were like announcing all of the like OG like G4.
So funny.
Ninja Warrior.
So funny. Those translations were not correct. Those translations were not correct. You might be able to find that on Pluto.
Pluto
TV. Yeah, Pluto TV, which is free. I don't think it's on Tubi. Check out Pluto TV.
Okay, because man, I used to watch it. I'm like, oh, what is this? I'm like, oh wait, we're getting like a live. Well, probably wasn't live, but like, oh, we're getting an actual Japanese show. Cool. I'm like, this is something to watch for. And all of a sudden, I was like, okay, it's almost like American Gladiator, but even better because they're in some muddy behind water. And then the one thing I can remember is like, oh, you'd be like, oh, jumping spider. You're like, Dota, no.
They used to have costumes.
Yes.
There was that one guy who tried every year. I can't remember his name, and he was he was considered Mr. Ninja Warrior, but he never won.
Yes.
I can't remember what the guy's name was.
And then there was also like the quote unquote all stars. There was one that like I remember there was a few that won. One that was a gas station worker with his mobile outfit he would always wear.
Yes.
I'm like, I love, and then especially when a lot of the women started to like compete more, I'm like, yes, go for it.
God, yeah, those episodes were G4 was a whole thing. G4 had they when they brought it back they
ruined it.
They didn't do it right.
G4 is pretty much what we are right now, just very very small. Because like I said, we talk about anime, gaming, comics, all that. That's what we're doing, but we're just a lot smaller.
Yes. But we would definitely take that G4 check.
Yeah.
Bet. And put us on never mind, I'm not even gonna get somebody that's something that I would love to pitch. Ninja Warrior on G4 was crazy TV. Actually all of G4 was comfort.
Yeah.
All of G4. X-Play. I was a huge Morgan and Adam fan.
Yeah. Well, remember Cinematech?
Oh my God, yes.
Where they would just show like different cutscenes from like different games, and it's like, wait, I'm like, what is this? I'm like, I need to go back and see what it was.
I used to love that. They talked about everything in general. Like they would talk. There was the one show where they would talk about like they had Tommy Tallarico was one of the hosts who did like a lot of music for video games, and there was somebody else, and they would talk about games in depth. And the fun part about it, Attack of the Show.
Oh yeah, I remember Attack of the Show. Yeah.
It's like what we kind of are, but on that smaller scale.
Yeah.
And I used to love that show because that was my first time seeing Olivia Munn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think that was like everybody's big presentation of her. That show was so crazy. The whole thing. They had do you remember the series what was something Code Monkeys, I think it was called?
Yes.
where it was like an 8-bit animated series.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not that was like lightning in a bottle. Like that's something so hard to produce now. I'll be honest with you.
And it,
That-
like I said, G4 was such a channel.
It was everything that we wanted. X Play used to hit me so hard because they did the reviews and they had these
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous sketches. Like they had what was it? They had the drunk writer. They had Link, the one who
Mm-hmm.
always dressed up as Link. They had all these people going on there and talking about it. And I used to love that show because it was funny, it was informative. They actually gave they're the ones that got me into saying like like looking out for sales because they had that segment called Games for Cheap Bastards.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There you go. They had a show where they showed you video game trailers too.
Yes, yes, yes. I forgot what that one was called.
I think they also had a show that was hosted by I can't remember her name, but she was actually in Austin Powers. She was one of the twins. You know the
Yes.
Fook You
Mm-hmm.
Fook Me twins.
Mm-hmm.
It was I think she was the twin on the left, I think. I
One
don't
of
think they
them.
were actually twins. I think she was the one on the left. But that show, like they had so many incredible things. I would love to let me shut my mouth. Let me just shut my mouth. Let me just shut my mouth. Yeah, that was if I could watch those episodes and not caring how old they are or that the game's
Mhm.
whatever, but just watching that
Oh yeah.
was
Just bring it back.
yeah. And they were one of the first ones to do coverage of New York Comic Con and cons and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because
They
I
were
remember they used to do a lot of the what was it? They would do the San Diego one. Big.
yeah.
Big.
And they would do it for like a couple of hours. So they would have like a block. I think they even did it on like Sci-Fi. They had
Mm-hmm.
blocks of time, and I would watch it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy! Wow, I wonder if they're ever going to be here at New York." I think they may have done New York a couple of times, but I think that was towards the end of the actual channel. But it was
I'm trying to think. What was the other shoot? What was the other one?
on G4.
Oh, and they would also no, I forgot. Because it's been so long. Because until they finally canceled, when they used to do E3, they used to
Yes.
showcase E3 like it was nobody's business.
They were and they had such great coverage, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody was doing it on that level.
Mm-mm.
Nobody was doing it on that level. I mean, when G4 went off, towards the end, G4 was kind of it was like you had to put it out, but it was they gave you coverage of stuff that you were not seeing. They were
Mm-hmm.
filling a niche that was not being filled or satiated or was not being catered to at all. They did amazing. So you know what they influenced, and I don't. People will never talk about what happened, but they influenced a lot
Oh yeah.
of the podcasters out there or the indie broadcasters like us. A lot of us,
Mm-hmm.
truthfully, because we weren't seeing it then. They made
Mm-mm.
it hot. I mean, they opened it because there was something I would look at their reviews before I'd buy a game, or I'd look for games for cheap bastards on there.
Because
Yeah.
I would sit there now, make sure. I think I used to do especially when I got older, do block parties. Like me and my friends, we would do watch parties. So it'd be like me, it'd be Payne, and a bunch of us, just on the computer, just doing block parties, just watching it.
Yeah. It was just it. And I think there were maybe a couple of shows I didn't watch, but the fact that still it was a network
Mm-hmm.
for geek, by geek, everything just there. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I loved when they would do that. They would do like holiday episodes on X Play.
Yeah.
Or they would have like themed episodes like, oh, these are going to be games that are about whatever. On Attack of the Show, she actually played the drunk writer on X Play. On Attack of the Show, they had a segment called Fresh Ink, and it was I want to say her name was Blair Butler. She ended up writing a comic a few years later, I think called Heart, which was about an MMA fighter. And she would have like this segment where she would review like 2 or 3 comics, and I was like, oh, bet yeah, they're doing something with comics. They didn't really do anything with that, so even that pulled me in even more. It was
Mm-hmm.
just if they had, oh god, Ah,
So let's. So I know because we could go on a whole rant.
bet,
So
bet.
I'm gonna take the reins real quick. And let's talk about our comfort foods. Foods that make us happy. We go for snacks. We go for full meals. Whatever one you want to do. What is your comfort foods?
Oh man. Um, damn. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I love. I'll go with dessert first. Bet. Let's flip the script.
Okay.
Cheesecake, a vanilla bean cheesecake from Magnolia Bakery.
Mm.
Very light, very fluffy, not as heavy or as dense as regular cheesecake is. Has a wonderful graham cracker crust. Like I said, very light, very fluffy. It's not what you would figure cheesecake to be. And when it's warmed up just enough, when it's almost just below room temperature, your fork or spoon sinks in, and you can actually hear angels playing their trumpets. Yes. Mm. What about you?
Okay. Um. Okay. So for if we're gonna go for desserts, we're gonna go reverse.
Hmm.
I would say it'll be apple pie a la Cold Stone from Cold Stone. And I say this rarely because one, Cold Stone is way too far for me to drive. So it's only if I'm in the area, I'll actually get like the pint size of it. Cause I'm not gonna be driving back and forth just to go get me some damn ice cream. So
Hmm.
what I would do is I would get like the pint size of it so it could last me for a little bit. I usually ask for like extra apples and extra graham crackers just to make like you get the extra crunch in there because yes, I do love an apple pie and I do love the ice cream combination. Like if it was like separate, but like the fact that it's all together, say
Hmm.
less, and I'm good.
Okay. A Cold Stone, yeah, Cold Stone always hits. I'm gonna go with the entree now.
Okay.
For me, I'm gonna say comfort food. This is probably not gonna be a surprise to anybody. If you know me, you know me. This could be two different ways, but I'm gonna go the other way. Chicken and waffles, Melba's.
Mm,
That strawberry pat of butter, and you in Harlem, you feeling it, like you feeling all that blackness, and Melba smells good all day,
they
every day, no
do.
matter what.
They do.
And when you get a first hit of that crispy fried chicken, and you can pick what you want, you can pick light, excuse me, light, a white. I don't know why I said light meat, white meat, dark meat, whatever, and get it, and the crunch and the way it's seasoned. I don't eat fried chicken in public because I feel like I'm dishonoring my ancestors. I feel at my most Negro when I'm eating. That's wild to say. I ate fried chicken in front of white people once, and I felt very awkward. But it's the only place like, but I like because I really get into it. And being there was just so good, and it's crispy, and then the waffles you hit it with the butter. You don't even need to have butter because they're eggnog waffles. Again, they're very fluffy and light. You're
They're
not
good.
expecting.
They're really good.
They're not heavy like you think. They also have egg. They also have waffles and catfish, but don't get that twisted. The catfish is superb, wonderfully seasoned, beautiful golden brown, flaky, seasoned so incredibly well. Depth of flavor there. Ooh, but that chicken and waffles is like no other.
All right. So for me, because it's very versatile,
Oh, mhm.
is ramen.
That's what I
But
figured that you were gonna say. That's what
it's
I figured.
ramen. Not because of my ramen pillow, but it's ramen. Because there's so many ways you get ramen.
Mm,
And depending on where you go. So like for my New York people, you gotta go to
Europe.
Chinatown. Gotta go to Chinatown and go to Addison Ramen. Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
But if you're a Jersey person,
Hmm.
they have a couple locations. It's called Rai Rai Ramen. Uh, both of them, well, no, Rai Rai Ramen, there's a couple different, they're the same name, but I went to two different ones, and their menus are a little bit different. Where the one that's local to me has like more like that Taiwanese, Chinese, and Japanese infusion, where the other one's
Oh.
mostly just like straight up Japanese. So like at my local one, I can get roti and give me a ribeye ramen with some curry sauce on it. Oh God. Now if I go to the one in Chinatown, I usually go for my fried chicken curry ramen. Once again, still both decadent.
Hmm.
The broth alone will just make you roll your eyes. I'm just saying. And it's warm, and also it's cold season right now, so perfect bowl ramen could go right up my alley.
That I was gonna go between those two places, or actually, there's a pizza place too in New York that I love. But Ajisan Ramen, I usually go to the one on, is it 28th? I think it's 20, just because it's closer. Like,
Mm-hmm.
first time I went there was with Kia.
Okay.
Went there after doing a podcast on a show that I was on years ago. It was a cold day. Wind was disrespectful. It was dastardly work out there, and it was cold. I had a scarf, everything. We walked. She was like, "Oh, you want to go get ramen?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she was like, "Oh, I know this place." Went to Ajisan Ramen over there. Went great. Okay, bowls came out. Big huge bowls. Okay, I could always feel myself starting to get sick. The first hit off that broth was a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
It warmed everything from my soul to my body. The cold said, "All right, man, you're enjoying this bowl so much, I'm gonna leave." It was
Mm-hmm.
incredible, and I've been to both of them, and I love them both. There's another place if you're in the city. Um, I hope they're still open. They should, because I gave them a crazy review. It's actually the first place that I actually met Joy when we
Okay.
first um like met in person
Mm-hmm.
as cousins, which is funny that we met. We went to Shanghai Mom. Shanghai Mom
Mm.
has incredible food. They have big bowls of soup ramen, big bowls.
Huh.
It's a bowl so big you could dive into it. So good. Ajisan is a great choice though. Yeah, that their broth, wonderful selection of food, everything. Yeah, and
Mhm.
then people are always nice, and it's always full, packed.
Yeah.
All right, appetizer.
Okay, so we're gonna go for snacks.
Okay,
I I'm a goldfish gal. Give
really?
me the extra cheddar goldfish. Yeah, I like me some good goldfish.
Oh, did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, the extra cheddar ones, I'm a good one. And the another one that I'm a comfort for, which apparently now that they're doing, and I've been doing this since elementary school, is the white cheddar popcorn
Mm-hmm.
that comes in like the black bag.
Yeah.
What I would do is I would take, because I'm a Cool Ranch Doritos type of gal too. What I would do as a kid is I would mix the two together.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing that for years, and now they finally made that a full combination. I'm like, run me my check, because I've been doing this since the '90s.
And you never get paid for it.
No, but if it's not those two,
Mm,
it's definitely goldfish, extra cheddar.
okay. I'm gonna do appetizer and snack real quick. Appetizer, I gotta go with Virgil's. Virgil's barbecue, hush puppies with maple butter.
Hmm.
Let that butter melt for a little bit. Dip that cornmeal sucker in there. Take a bite, and you get a nice helping of it too. Astronomical. Astronomical is beautiful. Snack, popcorn. I'm a big popcorn guy.
What kind?
I love butter.
No, no, no. Like what? Like I'm sorry. What brand? I should have
Oh,
made
oh,
myself.
I'm a big Wise guy.
Okay.
As far as snacks, some people will have comments on that probably. As far as like snacks, Wise. What I used to do with my popcorn is when I was like actually like just microwaving it, I
Mm-hmm.
would take seasoning out of my cupboard, and I would just put seasoning in there, what have you, and like drip a little bit of butter in there, shake it up. I used to love white cheddar, not so much anymore. What
Mm-hmm.
I've used lemon pepper seasoning,
Mm.
lemon pepper popcorn. Run me my check, whoever's doing that right now, and also barbecue seasoning.
Mm.
I would use like Memphis rub,
Okay.
shake it up real good, eat it like that. Now because I don't eat popcorn as much. Very basic, very simple. I go with just Wise butter popcorn or Skinny Pop. Skinny Pop is delicious and very light as well.
I do like Skinny Pop. I forgot my appetizer, but I'm gonna throw it in real quick. It's the biscuits from Red Lobster. You can't tell me nothing.
Cheddar Bay?
I would. Yes, I would fight you over that basket. You get maybe a half of one.
Have you made them at home?
No, not yet.
They have. I mean, they have the mix, but they also have them where they're already made. I didn't know that.
Oh, I don't know.
They have
I
them
didn't
where
know
they're
that. I
already
thought it
made.
was only
Yeah.
the mix.
No, they have them where I think it might be new. I saw it in ShopRite a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, because I went to make them a few weeks ago. I went to make them. I was like, oh, I got this mix. Let me make them. I wasn't paying attention. I put too much water in them, so they were kind of just. I didn't care. I baked it and ate them. I did not care. I was like, look, I'm eating it,
Right.
and it was great for just like dipping in my food. Yeah. So yeah. Check it there. I think it's maybe when I was a shopper. I think it was maybe 4 something.
Okay, I'll probably look in the
And I
bakery
think it
section.
might have been 4 or 6. It was in like the freezer section.
Oh, freezer section.
Yeah,
Okay.
freezer area. Yeah, it was like that. Um, damn. Now I'm hungry.
Mm.
I might have to go with my other comfort food, which is a new one for me, which is Ben and Jerry's Lights Caramel Action, the Ava DuVernay one.
Yes.
Non-dairy. Thank me later. Just saying. So, folks, I think, oof, man, that was a lot. We went through anime, we went through gaming, we went through Lone SVU casting, we went through Finn Tutuola, we went through Benzo, we went through the histories, we went through a whole meal prep.
Yeah.
We haven't even discussed the fact that we're going to go to Penn Station one day and just stay in Penn Station all day eating and trying out the different foods.
We really are.
There's actually a place that has a great burger. I went there. I think it's Cafe something. I don't remember. The burger was off. It was just incredible. And they gave steak fries. The nice thick steak fries.
Ooh.
Exactly. They've got salads and subs and everything there. And the people are so nice. Amazing food. Great. Yeah, I'll talk to you about that. So, I mean, I think that's pretty much a run of the gamut. And that's comfort stuff that makes you feel good. Hopefully, this hour made you feel good. You got a little reprieve from the day and you're prepared. But, folks, look, here's the thing. I said this is a self-care week.
Mhm.
Wednesday, it's going to be myself and Robert talking about comics, comfort reads, and probably going into different areas as well, as far as like movies and probably some series as well, because we want to just keep this going. I know it's tough. I know it's rough, but we'll get through it. It just stings a lot at first. So if you got a pillow, hug it tight, especially if it's modeled after your favorite food. I think that's a lesson. Or get a big mug and get some your favorite beverage in there, whether it's coffee, tea, or an adult beverage, whatever, or a milkshake.
You need a bigger cup for that.
I think this is my biggest mug. This is a big, deep mug, so this holds a lot. Sometimes I eat ice cream out of it. It's cool.
That is good mug.
Yeah, that's what I do during the summer when it's too hot for tea and I haven't made any iced tea. I put ice cream in there. I'll always find a use for my mugs. Always. Perfect. So, folks, that is the show. Thank you so very much for being here. We appreciate you all. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, share. I hate doing it. I don't even know why. It just sounds so dumb. TikTok is back, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but just follow us on the Twitch and other basic stuff.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Facebook. And there we go. All right. So you got any final words for the folks, Jabba?
Just breathe. Take it easy day by day.
There you go. That's the best advice I got too, folks. Look, as always, do the best you can with what you got, because in the end, that's all that you get. All right. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and remember to blink, get your sleep, and breathe, and drink water.
See.
Right. So y'all have a very good evening. Enjoy the rest of it. I will see you Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myself and Robert, we will be going through all of our comfort reads and having a nice quick chat. And I'll be wearing something else comfy as well. I don't know what, but it will be comfy. I might even have on a bonnet. All right, folks. You have a good night. Bye.